Hello everybody, welcome to the Animal Doctor Blog's review of the TKR GPS Tracker. If you're looking at this video, you have either purchased or interested in purchasing this GPS tracker. So first I'm going to start off with what you need to get this GPS working out of the box. My first list consists of items you absolutely need to get the GPS tracker working. The first thing you'll absolutely need is a smartphone, and this one is Android smartphone. You can use an Apple iPhone as well with an active data plan. The second item you'll need is a SIM card, and I'll go into more detail later on in the video on what type of SIM card that you'll need. And what you may need is a prepaid cell phone. This is an AT&T prepaid cell phone. You can also use a T-Mobile as well. But whether you need this or not will depend on what the current cell phone provider that you have. What also that you may need is a SIM card adapter. And this will depend on the size SIM card you purchase. And I'll discuss more details on this later on in the video. Now here are some more details on the items you absolutely need to get this GPS tracker to work. Let's first start off with the smartphone. Though the main functions of this GPS should work with any smartphone, this device best works with either Android, which is what this phone is, or iPhone. The reason being is there is an app associated with the tracker that can be downloaded that's only available on the Google App Store, which involves Android or the App Store for iPhone. And I'll show you the app. The app is a TKStar GPS. And this allows the GPS to help locate your pet as well. But I'll talk about more on this later. Now let's talk about the SIM cards. As you'll see that the instructions will note that you'll need a GSM SIM card. These both are GSM SIM cards. One is from T-Mobile and one is from AT&T. I've learned that not every GSM card will work. For example, I tried a track phone which functions on a GSM network and it didn't work for me. So make sure you just don't purchase any random GSM SIM card. So make sure you either get something that's compatible from AT&T or T-Mobile. So these are the SIM cards you should look for when you are making a purchase. While we're on the topic of SIM cards, let's talk about their sizes. They come in typically 3 different sizes. These sizes include the standard, the micro, and the nano SIM cards. The GPS requires a standard size SIM card. So when you're purchasing a SIM card, you realize that you either have to get either a standard size, or if you don't have a standard size, you're going to have to get the SIM card adapter and see how these can fit for the micro and the nano as well. And that should allow you to use any of those 2 other sizes in the GPS tracker. The SIM card I'm using in this video will be an AT&T SIM card. As you can see, this comes already as a standard size, so that should fit perfectly in the GPS tracker. Let's compare it to the T-Mobile. The T-Mobile SIM card, as you see, is a micro that would require this adapter right here. You see how this would fit perfectly in this one in the bottom. You can get any of these SIM cards online, or you can purchase them in the store. They're usually purchased for around $4 or $5. If you already have a AT&T or T-Mobile phone, then you may not need to purchase a prepaid cell phone. This is because either of these phones you're allowed to switch out the SIM cards and activate them. And for example, if I take this battery off and you just take the battery out, you'll usually slip the SIM card in here. When you buy these phones, they already come with the SIM card. So if you buy a prepaid cell phone, you don't have to buy a SIM card. So remember that if you buy a prepaid cell phone, the SIM card comes with that prepaid cell phone. But now if you have Verizon or Sprint, you'll need to purchase a prepaid phone. You can get these prepaid phones as cheap as $5, but the average cost is around $15 at most grocery stores. You'll use these SIM cards, you'll be able to initiate activation of the SIM card online, and then you'll complete the activation on the phone itself. I recommend that you activate the SIM cards on the mobile phone provider versus inside one of the stores, because usually if you walk in one of the stores, they're more likely to push one of the higher monthly plans so you can operate the GPS tracker, which is not necessary. Also, if you need to purchase a prepaid cell phone, when purchasing a SIM card, I would recommend purchasing it from anywhere but the provider to get the best prices. You can also get some great prices online from online stores such as Amazon. Okay, now that we have everything we need to get the GPS track working, let's unbox the device. When you first open the box, you'll see the device itself. And here you have the indicator light, and you have the paw print, and this is basically like a reset button. And you turn around the side, you'll see the area which is covered by this white rubber thing that has on the left the SIM card port and the charging port as well. As we open the rest of the box, you'll find here the collar itself, and you'll find this is the black collar, and you'll find the charging cord with a USB and the charging adapter. This SIM card just happened to be in the box, but it's not included in the purchase of the GPS tracker. You'll also find the instruction manual, which will provide information about the device as well as initial setup, which we'll discuss later on in this video. When you first get this device, you'll want to at least charge it for at least 4 to 5 hours to make sure it's fully charged. Once fully charged, then you can get it set up. The first thing you want to do is get the device working is to insert the SIM card. And you just pull this apart here. And the important thing when you insert the SIM card, you'll note that this is the angle area, and the chip end is we want it pointed down, an angle area pointed toward the device, and the straight edge away from the device. And you'll stick it in right in here. You can gently push it in. And then you'll need something like a pencil. I'm using a small tweezer to push the area in. And you hear a click. I don't know if you can hear the clicking sound, but you should hear a clicking sound. And you'll see that the light will go on. And then what you'll want to wait for is that you'll see the two lights. One is a green light and one is a blue light. And they're both solid right now. Once the blue light starts flashing, that will indicate that the device is found a GPS signal. While it's not flashing, it's still searching for it. Once the signal is found, you'll see that the blue light is flashing. The green light is for a different function, and it usually involves using a data plan. So when you may or may not see the green light flashing, which is not important unless you're wishing to use more advanced features of this device. And so, as I mentioned, advanced features require a data plan, which would increase your monthly plan for this device. As far as I'm concerned, I do not see a need for those advanced features, so I'll not be discussing it in this video. So once you get the blue light flashing, you can go ahead and test the device by sending text commands which are listed in this instruction manual. So what you're going to do, you see I have the green light flashing now, so and the green light's solid, but the blue light's flashing, so that indicates that it found this GPS signal. So I'm going to test to see if it works by sending it a text message called begin 1 2 3 4 5 6. And I'm going to hit send, and it may take at least a couple of minutes, but what I should get is a response telling me that it recognizes the text message I got. And you see how it says begin OK. That tells me that the device is working. And one common command that you'll want to send is is a command that will allow you to get GPS coordinates in case your pet is missing. And this command is the G123456 pound key, which I'm just gonna, I've done it before, so I'm just gonna copy the message text and I'll demonstrate on here. I'm gonna paste it, and you see that G123456, and I'm just gonna hit send, and this takes a little while to come back with the coordinates. But what you should get is the basically a link that shows you the coordinates on the map. And I'm going to hit this link, and since I have the Google Maps on my phone, which is good to have, it tells you directly where we are as well. So that's a pretty neat thing about this device. Other commands that you may want to be interested in is a command that allows you to control whether your device falls to sleep or not. Usually this device falls to sleep after 5 minutes. You can turn that function off by entering sleep 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and it turns it off. And it keeps therefore keeping that device on for the whole period of time instead of turning off for sleep function. Keeping the sleep function helps maintain the battery, so you might want to keep that sleep function on, and you just activate the device when you send a text message. The other function you'll be interested in is admin 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This feature allows you to call the device, and you'll actually be able to listen to the surroundings, which might give you a better clue where your dog may be. But don't forget about the phone application, which I showed you previously. The TKStar GPS, TKStar app that's on, in this case I'm using the Android, so this is on Google Play. So basically you're going to use the instructions when you download this app from the App Store. This is going to be the server, which is located on in the instruction manual. See where it says server TKStar GPS, which I entered there. And then the IMEI number is on the back of this, and you enter that in the second box. And the passcode is 123456, which is there, and then you hit log in. And the good thing about this device, it increases the usability of this device. And what you'll see is these icons, and these the most important icon you're going to want to use is the real time. The rest of these don't really work unless you activate something that requires more data, which is where the green light would be flashing. But like I mentioned before, I don't think it adds much to the functionality of this device. If you're interested in learning more about it, you can definitely look into it. They do talk about some of it in the instructions. But I'm going to hit this one that says real time, and it looks like a target mark. And it's going to load. And basically it just shows a dot where the device is, and this could be the dog, and actually if the dog is running up and down the highway, it would actually show it. One thing you want to do is once you get that, you want to zoom out some, because it kind of shows it really close, so you can kind of get an idea where your dog or pet is as well. So now you got everything working well. The next step would be to put the device on the collar. And like I said, this collar comes in different colors. It comes in blue and pink and yellow as well. So you just have to axe on it. But to slip this on, basically it just requires removing this and this off, and then you just slip this in between here. And it ends up being on here, and then you put the clip back on, and then you put it on your pet. And this is pretty adjustable, so you can pretty much adjust it to fit most dogs. I think it'll be a little bulky for dogs that are probably under 15 pounds, but otherwise most dogs 15 pounds and over, this should work pretty well. Remember, this device is waterproof, so you don't have to worry about a wet environment causing problems. So if your dog's running away in the rain, it's not going to be an issue as well. And one last thing before we wrap up, This device will also send updates on the battery level, because I know a lot of times we'll forget about charging it. It sends a text message approximately every 20%. Like if it gets to 80%, it'll let you know when it gets to 60%, and especially if the battery is low, so you'll know to take it off your dog and charge it overnight. But thank you for watching the video. Let us know here at Animal Doctor Blog if you have any further questions. Thank you.